Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Throwback Thursday, and as you can see, today I'll be playing The Revenge of Shinobi. This was one of the first games I ever played on the Genesis. Although I never owned one, I did get to play a little bit of it. I had a friend, a good friend at the time, growing up. He owned a Genesis. Granted, I think he only had maybe just Sonic. So I've played a little bit of that, but that wasn't one of the first games I ever played on the Genesis. In fact, the first games I ever played were at a Fred Meyer, and if you don't know what a Fred Meyer is, it's owned by Kroger. Just think of it as kind of like an all-in-one. It's kind of like a Target, but with more emphasis on groceries, because they have a decent clothing section, decent electronics section, and groceries, a home department, gardening, something that Target doesn't have. So I guess you would kind of look at it as like a smaller Walmart per se. Oh wow, just got an update for Dauntless. Thanks for interrupting my my spiel here on my live stream there, PlayStation. Thank you very much. Well, anyway, one of the first I played actually was, I want to say it was a Rocky game. It was a boxing game, and it was really bad. It looked beautiful, but boy, did it play like a piece of crap. And I remember there being like a young kid there. There was 2 controllers on display, and I didn't really want to play it, but this kid I never met before, he looked at me and said, "Hey, you wanna try this with me?" So he played Rocky, I played Apollo, and then got my butt kicked, and I was like, wow, this doesn't play anything like Punch-Out. This game sucks. So, and thinking back on it, I believe that game did really poorly. Not only that, but people still grade it pretty low when they revisit that game, and I don't blame them. This was another game I played on display. They had this, and then later on they replaced the Genesis with the TurboGrafx 16 for their display, and I'll be honest with you, I liked that system a whole heck of a lot better than I did the Genesis. I've never owned a Genesis in my life, and it's not really something I regret. I'm cool with having a RetroPie and just playing those games. Alright, it's gonna be difficult for me to figure out what is what, so I guess I'll just go with this, and hopefully I don't accidentally press the ninja magic button. I don't know why it's called ninjutsu, because that's not correct. It'd be ninja magic. In fact, that's what it was called in the first Shinobi. This, for those of you that don't know, is actually Shinobi 2. I believe it's originally called Shinobi 2 The Revenge, and then in America they separated it since it doesn't look anything like the original, and the original was a fun game. Fun. Shuriken is spelt wrong. It's Shuriken, not Shuriken. Otherwise this would be pronounced Shuriken, not Shuriken. So I am going to beef those up. In the original version you had unlimited. That was something about this game I didn't like. I was like, this is a sequel. Okay, so why am I running out of ammo? And again, when I first played this at the Fred Meyer, I wasn't really impressed at all. And I've rarely revisited this game, only because every time I've tried to play it, I just don't like it. And a lot of people, ooh, Okay, that's that button. Oh, I should really change the controls then. Oh, too late. Alright, and then this is jump. Okay, I don't like that scheme at all, but it's okay. It's just that it's not ergonomic for me to use the X button to throw shuriken and then the circle for jump. I would prefer the jump to be X and then the shuriken square. But that's just how I'm going to have to deal with it, because the Genesis controller, in my opinion, was not one of the better ones. And I'm not trying to rag on the Genesis at all. I really am not. There were a lot of games on that system I thought weren't very good. That's why when they would have those commercials that Genesis does what NintenDon't, I was like, what does Genesis do that the NintenDon't? You mean lose the console wars? I mean, they graciously bowed out, actually, after the Dreamcast blunder, which the Saturn Dreamcast blunder, mind you. And what it was they ignored their American marketing team because they were killing it in America, and then they stopped listening to the dude, and yeah, that blew up in their faces, and here we are now. Sega is a third party and not a first party, which is a darn shame, really, because I really was a big fan of the Saturn. And I liked a lot of what the Dreamcast had to offer. There were a lot of good games for the Dreamcast. Okay, I don't like that. I'm hitting up and jump, and it's not letting me get up there. I'm guessing I'm supposed to platform up there. I don't know. I think the exploding after they've been vanquished is just really silly looking. Really. Oh. Oof. No. Yeah, I don't know. I do like you have a life bar as opposed to the original that was one hit you're dead. Unless you bumped into the enemy, then you would get a knockback. But if you'd have taken any kind of projectile to the face like I just did, you would die. I really enjoy this collection of games. What is it? The Sega Classic collection for the Sony PlayStation Store. Granted, there are a few games I wish were on there, and a few that I wish weren't on here, because there's some really bad games on here too, like really bad ones. And then you have some like what is it? Streets of Rage. Those games are really good in my opinion. I like that the Phantasy Star games are on here too. Oh wow. I don't like this at all, this layout at all. Alright, well I just died. I don't know, it's bad level design in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. That's why I could never get into this game, and this was like kind of one of their flagship games too. I believe this was earlier in the Genesis life, it was a pack-in game, I want to say. I mean, come on, look, this is stupid. It really is. It was really stupid how that was. Like, how do you kill these guys without getting hit like that? I mean, you're up here, they'll duck it, and even at this height, them standing straight up, it just buzzes over their head. It's bad game design, honestly. No, and these are the things nobody wants to point out about this game too, because they got their nostalgia goggles on. But yeah, this game, in my opinion, I never liked. I liked the original. The original was great, except for the abortion that Tengen did for what the heck? I have to backtrack. That abortion of a that Tengen made for the NES, that was really bad. Well, one up. I did not redeem the amount of shuriken it cost. Actually, these aren't even shuriken, to be honest. The proper term is kunai. So, I mean, this game already gets a lot of it wrong. Spelling shuriken wrong. And then the fact that these aren't even shuriken, they're kunai. Also, I don't know about you, but historically speaking, ninjas didn't really look like this. Even this is a Japanese-made game, so I mean, do whatever you want. I mean, I see a lot of like medieval fantasy games where they have armor that, if you look at, what is it, Shadiversity or Shadiversity, his channel, he speaks a lot about, oh geez. He speaks a lot about medieval fantasy games having the armor wrong. Okay, this is really bad. For real, people that say this is a good game, they got their nostalgia glasses on, big time, nostalgia goggles, because this is really bad game design here. Like, I mean, I got past it, but at the same time too, not without it costing, which is bad. I mean, okay. I'm starting to get this was a Souls-like before that was a thing. See, like who thought this up? That was a good idea for game design. Yeah, and like I said, people talk highly of this game, and it's really not that good. Oh, you just didn't give... Actually, I have given it a chance. I've given it a chance multiple times, and I've had this same exact experience. I did not enjoy it. So enjoy this Throwback Thursday of me not enjoying a quote-unquote classic, a Sega classic. All right. If I were to rate this, honestly, I'd say 4 out of 10. This really is not that great of a game. It controls okay. They're a little... I'm gonna say they're not that great. The limited ammunition, because I'm not gonna call them shuriken, because they're not shuriken, they're kunai. And then just this kind of malarkey here. Like, come on, guys. What were you thinking when you designed this? Like, did you play this yourself? And that's a thing that game designers need to really consider when they design a game. Like, would you play this game? You know, would you play this game? And would you play it like this? as is, with all of its flaws. Like, I feel like back in the day, playtesting really wasn't a thing. And honestly, I don't believe playtesting games was a thing. Not until later, anyway. Like in the Super Nintendo era. I know some of those were playtested because I went to high school with a guy named Andy. I'm not going to say his last name, you know, not to call people out, but like, come on, guys. Like, who designed this level? Like, how do you get past that without that happening? And don't say get good, because that's the stupidest response. No, I'm just... I don't have to go backtrack again. Nice. But seriously, like... And then the spacing in between that, too, is bad. Poor spacing. Oh, we're doing this again. Alright, well, you can just chill over there, dude. This is really bad game design. I'm just blown away that people think this is a good game. This is not a good game at all. Like, not one bit. Graphically, beautiful. The sound's not bad. Music's decent. So what this game gets right, yeah, those things, but look at that. You want to tell me this is a good game? I strongly disagree. Even for its time, like I said, back for its time, I wasn't impressed by this, and I'm still not impressed by it. You know, this wasn't this wasn't a game that innovated anything. Now, Sonic, on the other hand, I can understand that, and being their mascot, I can totally understand Sonic. Although I really could, I really thought maybe Alex Kidd would have been the Sega mascot, to be honest. Just because Alex Kidd predates Sonic by quite a bit. I'm surprised Sega has not done anything with the Master System games. Like, there's no Master System collection. There were a few games on the Master System that I think are even better than the games on the Genesis, to be real with you, or Mega Drive, depending on where you were from and where you played it. Yeah, like, that guy is so annoying, and you have to waste so much ammunition to take him out. I know that there's supposed to be a way where you melee the guy and you can't defend it. Like, you either kick him or hit him with the sword, but... And also, too, why is the ninja's sword curved? Because ninjas didn't really use katana, they used ninto, which is a straight-bladed sword. It's a little bit shorter than a katana too, but it wasn't supposed to be utilized for sword fighting per se, as much as it's just another tool to kill somebody with. That's why it cracks me up when I see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Leo talks about using katana, and it's like, you don't use katana, actually. Your blades aren't curved. So, like, this. Tell me this isn't bad game design. Tell me that's not bad game design. For real. Yeah, yeah. If I were rating this, I'd give it a 4 out of 10. This game. All right, that's really stupid. It truly is. And if I'm going to be honest, that getting hit by those bamboo spikes, that should be an instant kill, especially when I got hit in the head like that with them. Are you kidding me with this guy? Like, for real. Seriously, like, who designed this game? And there's a third one, mind you. And a Shadow Dancer is a spin-off. And then there's a third Shinobi. Oop, got an extra life. I'm only playing till I run out of lives. And I'm not gonna sabotage myself, so that's part of the deal here. Would you die already? Jeez. What's with the endless spawns? Controls aren't too clunky, but I will say they're not the best. And then with things like these guys just non-stop, it's irritating. I'll be real with you. That's why I just don't believe this game should get the kind of credit and adoration that it gets. Like, you literally have to get right up on those without touching them. It's ridiculous. Enough with the respawn, jeez. Alright, what's over this way? Nothing. I can physically pass through solid matter. Alright. I'm gonna go back this way and get some ammo. Even though it's not worth it. Excuse me. I didn't have time to mute it. I was gonna say, the amount of ammo it takes to get here, it's not that you expend, isn't worth what you get back. Okay, this is ridiculous. Oops, because that's not where the ninja magic should be. Oh, I didn't get this thing. Alright. Okay, well, that doesn't do anything. Finally made it to the end. I made it through the first level of just really bad game design. Wow. Okay. I'm curious. So how are you supposed to do this? Just curious. Okay, I see. Then I just jump over him, is that it? And then shoot at him from back there. And then I got hit. Okay. Okay, so where's his vulnerable spot? Because nothing is vulnerable. And he immediately turns around because you move really slow. Alright, well, this is one of the most stupidest, poorly designed boss fights ever. Look at that! Did that even hit him? I had no choice but to suicide attack him. Ah, great. Just wasted another one of these. Because the crappy button scheme. I don't think I've even hit him once. And his range is ridiculous, so, I mean... Yeah, you... Now I see why I've never bothered to try to play this even after owning it through RetroPie and this. This is why. Because this game is poorly designed. No, I don't think I will continue. Yeah, you too. Well, I'm gonna call this. This was a really bad game. In 1990, this was a bad game. And in 2023, it's still a really bad game. So, all you Sega fans, I'm not gonna apologize. This game sucks with a capital S-U-C-K-S. If you liked it, hey, then that's on you. You like bad games. This is a bad... Well, with that said, if you liked the video, please leave a like down below. If you played this, be it during release or during the Genesis's reign or the Mega Drive's reign, did you play this, or did you play it as a best of like this Sega collection or on RetroPie? Leave a comment down below and tell me what you think of the game. Yes, please leave a comment on that, and if you like this type of content, please consider subscribing. I do a lot of retro style games, reviews, and Throwback Thursdays playing classic games on a modern platform. Well, with that said, have a good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where in the world you are. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one. Danny out.